Can I tell you something that might be the reason you're not walking in peace? You've forgiven others, but not yourself. And maybe you haven't even realized it. It becomes a self-made prison where shame is the warden and peace is something you see through the window, unattainable. People say, God forgives me, but still walk in torment because their soul hasn't come to agreement with truth. You've accepted forgiveness mentally, but emotionally you still carry shame and guilt, walking in self-condemnation. And maybe, just maybe, you haven't brought it to God because you're too ashamed to face it yourself. You don't want to look at the thing you did, or the thing that was done to you, even when it wasn't your fault. So you hide it, hoping time will heal what only truth can touch. But shame convinces you that you're too broken to be healed, too stained to be loved, too far gone to be embraced. And you haven't allowed God to fully love you because deep within, you still believe you have to pay for what Jesus paid for. But here's the thing, God already sees it, not with condemnation, but with eyes of mercy. He sees into the deepest depth of your heart. And if you confess it in surrender, bringing it into His light, He is faithful and just to forgive, but He doesn't force His way into the locked places of your heart. He gently knocks, waiting for your permission. He will not violate what you're unwilling to release. But in His mercy, He will reveal it, because you can't walk in freedom if you're still seeing through a distorted lens. But if you ignore His knock, the veil of shame will continue to distort how you see yourself and others. Sometimes we end up projecting what we hate about ourselves, holding others to the same harsh standards we've unknowingly placed on ourselves. So when we see others walking in peace and joy, living in the freedom we secretly long for, bitterness can take root. But it doesn't have to stay that way. You can come boldly to the throne of grace, not in fear or shame, but in confidence. There, you will find mercy and grace instead of judgment to help you in your time of need. So it's time to forgive yourself, because shame was never your portion. God is, and His mercy. Jesus didn't suffer so you could stay on trial. You've been acquitted. So walk free, because grace doesn't wait for perfection. It meets you in the wreckage and calls you redeemed. So believe in the power of the cross, because shame is a thief stealing your peace, but Jesus has come to give you life and life abundantly. An agreement with shame is disagreement with the cross.